You're welcome to the Pulse of Africa community. I hope you're doing great today. If you're joining us for the first time, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed and connected to Africa's most important news reports. Your engagements will help this video to reach more people. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the Pulse of Africa, your trusted source for breaking developments across the continent. Today, we bring you a shocking and chilling story, a coup attempt in Burkina Faso, planned under the cloak of darkness, and an assassination plot directed at Captain Ibrahim Traoré. According to government officials, the attempt was foiled, but the implications reverberate across the nation. In the pre-dawn hours, around 3 a.m., the capital of Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou, awoke to a nightmare. What should have been the quietest hour of the night turned into a tension-filled landscape. According to later intelligence reports, this was no ordinary security breach. It was a sophisticated and potentially devastating operation engineered to destabilize the country. Security forces on patrol noticed a vehicle moving unusually slowly through dimly lit sectors of the city. The officers, experienced and alert after months of increased vigilance, sensed something was deeply wrong. When they closed in, the vehicle accelerated and a high-speed chase broke out. Racing through residential areas, unfinished construction zones, and quieter industrial corridors, places not meant for such violence. Eventually, the fleeing vehicle skidded and crashed into a concrete embankment. What the officers found inside was deeply alarming. Metallic containers labeled innocuously, but heavy, cold, and ominously quiet. A quick field inspection removed all doubt. The containers held industrial-grade TNT, suggesting this was not a random act of subversion, but a carefully planned attempt to sow terror. The discovery triggered a rapid escalation. Additional units were dispatched, sweeping neighboring districts, and more of these explosive containers were uncovered. But the explosives were not the only danger. Security teams also recovered foreign-made machine guns, weapons whose origins raised urgent questions.
Sana added that sensitive information had reportedly been shared with terrorist networks to fuel violent attacks and stir rebellion, undermining support for the government. Yet the night did not bring collapse. What followed was a powerful display of cohesion. The Burkina armed forces quickly cordoned off key areas, reinforced strategic points, and locked down critical junctions. Intelligence services, using deeply embedded civilian networks throughout neighborhoods, markets, and transport hubs, provided real-time information. Citizens, too, stepped up. Community groups, neighborhood watch teams, transport workers, ordinary people shared reports of suspicious movements, vehicles, and behavior. Their vigilance became a bulwark against the very disruption the plotters sought to unleash. This was not simply a military response, it was a coordinated, national one. By dawn, the would-be architecture of terror faced a united front. Instead of winding down into panic, the capital stabilized. Investigators began piecing together the operation, arresting suspects and mapping the web of conspirators. At the heart of this conspiracy lies not just a power grab, but a challenge to a political vision. Since coming to power in September 2022, Captain Traoré has pursued a course of sovereign assertion, pushing for self-reliance, recalibrating alliances, and reducing external dependencies. For many, he embodies a new kind of leadership, one rooted in the idea of national dignity and continental agency. For others, this poses a threat, not just to power, but to influence.
And as analysts note, when you target a leader like Traoré, you're not just targeting a person, you're targeting a symbol. By attempting to remove him, the plotters sought to undermine a trajectory of reform. Currently, authorities are still investigating the source of the weapons, the identity of the external backers, and how exactly such a complex plot was built. No definitive public attribution has been made yet, but the lines of inquiry are clear. Who supplied the arms, who coordinated the network, and why now? This foiled attempt cannot be seen in isolation. Burkina Faso sits at the heart of the Sahel, a region grappling with jihadist insurgency, fragile borders, and shifting geopolitical fault lines. The fact that such a plot could be so sophisticated points to deeper tensions between national sovereignty and external influence, between reformist leadership and entrenched interests. If proven, the involvement of actors outside Burkina Faso's borders would raise urgent questions about interference, regional dynamics, and the lengths to which some would go to reshape the future of this nation. This is deeply sobering and, in many ways, inspiring. On one hand, the audacity and scale of the plot are frightening. Explosives, foreign-sourced weapons, a targeted assassination. On the other hand, the response reveals something powerful about Burkina Faso's resilience. The institutions responded in unison, citizens stood guard, and the state pushed back. It's a stark reminder that in moments of crisis, the strength of a country lies not just in its military or its strategy, but in its collective will. The fact that this operation was disrupted suggests that many in Burkina Faso are determined not to be passive in the face of subversion. And the central figure in this drama, Captain Traoré, emerges not simply as a leader under threat, but as a lightning rod for deeper currents. A symbol of sovereignty, reform, and a repositioned future. The attempt to remove him isn't just a power struggle. It may well be an attack on an idea. Thank you for staying with us through this report. If you found this coverage insightful, please subscribe to Pulse of Africa, hit the like button, and share this video with your network. The world needs to hear this story, and your voice matters in amplifying it.